All right, guys, Merry Christmas. I hope that you all are doing all right, and I'm proud to say that I'm doing just fine. Thanks to so many angels in um, my old town that helped me get out of that nasty, nasty relationship. I can't thank them enough. Um, I all I can say is that I could not make it. I couldn't. I don't believe I could have made it here. Um, I know I couldn't have made it to where I am on my own. So yeah, I finally want to do a video update. It's been a long time, and the reason why I stopped recording is because every single time I got on, I realized that I was just continuing to make excuses um, as to why I was still in that relationship. But um, one day, I don't know, maybe it was a week and a half ago now. I don't know, time's flying by. Maybe 2 weeks ago, almost now. I reached out on Nextdoor um, after my partner had beat me for 8 hours again. And finally, I was like, okay, enough is enough. So um, I reached out on Nextdoor, and I had a lot of people comment and reach out, provide resources, things of that nature, and a few agencies had reached out also, and um, one of them ended up not working out. I don't know what happened. I tried to call her back to see how things works when it comes to me going um, into their shelter. But I'm happy it didn't work out because with that shelter, in which I totally understand for other people's safety, you're not allowed to have your phone. But it's just I feel like I couldn't be without my phone. There's just so many things I feel like I need to do in order to prepare to get to where I am now. In which I'm far, far, far away. I am not uh, in Texas. Just go ahead and say that I'm not in Texas. Far, far away from Texas. But um, so a social worker had reached out, um, a lady who works at an organization who uh, helped me get to where I am. And I'm not going to say the name of the organization just out of respect. I don't know how they would feel. Um, but anyways, she had reached out on Nextdoor, and I contacted the number, and we both didn't realize. She didn't realize that I was the one who was on Nextdoor that she replied to, and I didn't realize I was speaking to the one who replied. So it was I had mentioned, I was like, oh, I'm looking for help and this and that, and I went on Nextdoor, and she was like, oh, I saw a post. Is that you? And I was like, oh yeah, it's me. Totally different name, but yeah, that's me. So um, there was a few people who wanted to donate, but then again, they didn't. You can tell people didn't know the safest way to donate. Some were speaking of, finding somebody to, organize the donations, put it in their hands and then give it to me and stuff like that. But even with that, you have to be careful with it. So the social worker had offered to um, write something stating that she had spoken to me, and that if people wanted to donate, that they could, get in contact with her. And people reached out, thank God. And uh, I mean, they start rolling in, but I mean, I was surprised. I didn't even ask for donations. I mean, well, I mean, no, I didn't. I initially asked for resources. Like, do you know of a company that can help uh, with tickets to leave? And there are a few. It's called Angel something, in which I have reached out to them, I believe, last year, but their planes, they don't have planes to that that are headed, or however you say it. they don't they don't come to the destination to where I am now. So, um, but some people was offering to pay for a ticket and stuff like that, and things move quickly. Like yes, I asked for resources, but in the day, I thought I would have like 2, 3 weeks really to plan, but stuff came and I did my part. I can't even think of all the stuff I did right now. It's so much. I literally just came from um, a homeless shelter, um, and I'm trying to see if I can flip this. No, can I flip the camera? I don't know how to do this stuff. Anyways, I just came from a shelter now, and I got a blanket and a hat and gloves and some little snacks and stuff like that. Um, so I left. I left on Sunday. I booked a room this past Sunday. Booked a room for the night. It's just Sunday. I kept saying, oh well, a couple days I'll just leave, and it's like, dude, like you just like this dude literally had a knife, like his big knife, just sitting there. Like, why? Like you keep having these visions of him coming to you and slashing your throat after he pulled a knife on you. Why are you staying? So Sunday I was like, nope, today's the day. Uh, um, I had already had plans with a social worker to stop by her office on Monday. But luckily, somebody had donated some money for me to stay at the hotel. So I just went ahead, stayed at the hotel. I just went home, just grabbed just a couple pair of underwear, socks, 2 pair of pants, just some miscellaneous items that I've had in my life for over 20 years, a watch and um, a pillowcase my deceased grandmother gave me, and um, that was it. That was a wrap. That was it. I was gone. So stayed at the hotel the next morning, met with a social worker, and she gave me everything, and she helped me with a lot of other things that need to be set up there. But I thank God for her in her company, and I said that one day I I one day I I don't know. I have to find a way to give back for all that they did for me. But yeah. So stayed at the airport for 2 days. I decided to go ahead and just. I was back and forth with calling the cops, but man, I just had to do. I had to do it. Like, and what the craziest thing that was upsets me the most is that I called when I was at the airport to see if he was in my home, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm here." It's like, "Okay, are you gonna get your stuff?" "Yeah, I already have that planned. I'm gonna get it Saturday." It's like, what? Like, I'm like literally running around town and stuff like that, and now all of a sudden it's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll move out." Like, I had literally had to uproot my home and leave and prepare to be homeless just for you now to say, "Okay, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah, I'll get my stuff. Whatever." Like that. He's like, "You know what? All right." So I've come down to the conclusion that he used me. He used me. He used me to stay in my house for rent free. He never loved me, never cared about me at all. I don't know what I was thinking. And you know, about a month and a half ago, we had about a month to where things were fine. It seemed like month and a half, and I'm like, man, like why is he being on his best behavior? But it was just before the time I was supposed to sign my lease again, and I had spoke of me breaking my lease, and I'll find a way to go my separate ways. So pretty much, pretty sure that's what he did. But calling the cops, speaking of the 8 hours, he keeps saying I think it was the 16th, a week ago. Dang, what's the date? The 25th. I think I have to look and see. It's just like, my God, this dude, man, like, just quick story, like, just made me just say it was just enough. Is I found another job at a temp agency, was about to start. He was gone. I was talking to my mom on the phone, and my mom, of course, as usual, was trying to talk me out of working. You don't need to work. You don't need to worry about it. I don't know what her deal is with that, but it's like, Mom, I'm gonna do what I have to do. Things, I'm 30 years old. I can't be doing that anymore. Like I'm not ever gonna learn how to be on my own. And so yeah, so he walked in, and he heard the conversation. And after I got the phone with him, my mom, he asked me, he was like, well, are you an adult or are you a child? And I'm like, I'm an adult. And he was like, well, you need to make adult decisions and stop letting your mom get into your head. And I was like, okay, well, I just made the decision. I'm going to this job, although the problem is that I was going to have to wait 3 hours to get home, which is not a big deal. Um, and he knew this, but then he flipped it and he was like, well, you would be stupid to take the job in the first place. I'm like, what do you mean, dude? Like, they're going to let me sit down and, until the bus comes. Like, what do you mean? And then that's when he started saying, oh, well, yeah, he must be trying to cheat on me and all this other crap and stuff. And just, next thing you know, I'm on the ground again and being suffocated. And that time I almost blacked out. Slapped me. I don't know. Don't have it. I guess, thank God, I don't have that bruise anymore, but kind of went away. But yeah, I had bruises everywhere, and um, yeah, it was bad. So after that day, after he did that, he was so paranoid that, and actually he hurt me that badly to where he hurt himself, to where he had to go to the hospital because he had pulled something in his arm. And I really don't think it was hurting that bad, but he did say that he was worried that I was going to run off and go call, tell the cops or something that happened. So he went as far as to going to the hospital, getting a work release paper for 2 days, or excuse note for work, so he could stay home and watch me. So I was like, you know what, I can't do it no more. So um, I was able to book a ticket, and so when I spoke to the social worker, thanked them, for everything they did, and I was able to go to Walmart and I picked up a jacket and a sweater, just little things here and there, like a wallet, something. I'm going to have to go return that wallet because it's too bulky. Like, I need something to where it's flat and I can put it underneath my clothes. Um, but yeah, and yeah, so I've been um, luckily the Airbnb with the donations, I was able to book a room $30 a night, and it's a nice room. Very nice, very, very nice host. And I'm allowed to use his refrigerator and his microwave. I still ask, just that type of person. I just came in the house because I went to a grocery store, and they had like old chicken for $3. That's fine. So I went outside. Excuse me, am I allowed to put this in the refrigerator? He's like, yeah. I just like to ask. This is not my home, but very, very clean bathroom. Very close to downtown, the bus route, stuff like that. I've definitely have gotten the exercise so far, but um, I've been pushing, calling, just going down the line, calling people, and honestly, because I'm leaving tomorrow in the afternoon, and honestly, I didn't know where I was going to go after tomorrow because I promise you, I've called. Last year, I called somebody, an agency here in this city, and they told me I was wasting my time coming here because they already have so many people who need help with domestic violence and hiding. So when I was at the airport, I called two other people, one in this city and then one in another city that's maybe 45 minutes away. They both said the same thing. The first agency, I'm not going to say, because actually they ended up helping me. The lady, I promise you, she said, and I understand that people are overwhelmed and stuff like that, but this lady, she was like, well, you're going to end up on the streets now at 10, everything is full, yada, 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 just be prepared for that. Um, Called the agency from 45 minutes away after that call. And the lady basically said the same thing. It is what it is. But what she did differently is that she tried to do as much as she can, as into directing me to what I need to do and who I need to speak to. In which I thank her for that. Not just telling me, oh, well, there's something we can do for you. You shouldn't be coming here. That, whatever. But ended up calling that agency back. Um, the one who told me don't waste my time. Something God told me to call him yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, just call back yesterday because I ended up noticing that they have um like how do you say it, outside counseling or something. They have some other services. So off top, when I call, I was like, look, I understand. I didn't even know who I would speak to. I was just off top. I understand that you guys can't help me with the housing. I'll figure that out. But I'm interested in your employment services, things of that nature. um I looks like I might have a job, and I forgot to say I might have a job lined up. I have basically, I signed all the paperwork, I-94, W-2, and everything for one. Waiting to hear. She's doing my background check. It's gonna call me Monday. Have a job interview on Tuesday, and I have a grocery. I just went to the grocery store. I asked them, "Are y'all hiring?" She was like, "Oh yeah." And she gave me the name to who I need to call, so I filled out the application. But so they, the agency that I'm now working with, um, called them again. Something told me just call, try again. And the lady was like, hold up, like, who told you this? Like, oh, nah. And she ended up being the person over, like, the department, like, as in housing. And so I told her, what was going on, where I'm coming from. I told her I have paperwork, everything you need, incident report, police report, everything. I'm working with a social worker in Houston, and that helped me. And she was like, oh no, she was so upset. She was like, no, I'm gonna make an exception. So she called who she needed to call, and she got me into a motel for a month, and I go there tomorrow. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful, very grateful, for everything and all who listened, and um, just heard, not just just listen to me, and understood where I was coming from, because a lot of people who haven't been in this situation, or don't know anybody who's been in a situation, just automatically think, oh well, or think to themselves like, why should I help you? You stayed for so long. And that's how my parents are. Basically, I understand that. I wouldn't just have given up on my child, though. Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's a toxic cycle, and you're how you think you're about to leave and stuff like that, and they'll find a way to woo you and will you right on back in. And that's what had happened to me countless of times. But I'm here. So um yeah, today I called another agency. They were open, so I went down there, got my card, to be a part of their services. So they have an employment center to where they'll help me. They have computers and will help me do a cover letter and stuff like that for different jobs. And um, I can go there and do chores for like 15 minutes and get like 26 articles of clothing. Just go up there, work, and get clothes for free. Well, it's not for free, I worked for it. Um, and then what else do they have? They have caseworkers there and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go meet with the caseworker, um, because they'll help me with vouchers for the bus. In which I still have a lot of money left. I do. I've done great. Everything worked out just fine. Um, I do, yeah. So I'm just trying to save the money I have. So vouchers, I've applied for food stamps already. I applied for medical insurance. I've applied for any type of program that could possibly help me. I've applied for, and um, my goal is to start working. Well, shoot, next week. It's like have to, and then get a couple paychecks, and then I've already started looking for apartments, stuff like that, and get into a place and keep on pushing. But um, I'm so happy I'm out there. Relationship. It's just, I've had such a clear mind and just golly, just don't have just. Oh, I can't explain. I got a headache. I'm not even gonna lie. This is like my third time trying to shoot a video, and I'm happy I waited because when I tried to do it at the airport, one, I keep putting my hand underneath the mic so you couldn't hear anything I said. But then I was sobbing too, crying the whole time. And I can tell you, since I've landed, I have not cried once. I haven't had time to cry. I've been busy, 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 trying to understand the bus lines, this and that, and which this is the reason why I came here. I'm not going to say where, but came to this city, state and city, because of their public transportation. There's a great system, so um, people seem to be friendly here, and I know I did the right thing for myself, and I'm just ready to see where things are going to lead. And at the end of the day, I know I still need a lot of counseling and work on the whole, not getting lonely and stuff like that. Because getting lonely is what always got me in bad situations with men, to be honest. But yeah, it's all coming together, and I just finally want to do an update. But when I did an update, I didn't want any more excuses. I wanted to show action, taking action. So um, yeah, I got my blanket, and the host is gonna allow me to wash my clothes. So wash everything, and it'll be clean for the motel tomorrow, and then Sunday. Tomorrow's Saturday. Sunday, just apply to jobs. Probably get back out and try to just navigate the city. Stop by a few stores, just ask if they're hiring, just get out. Then Monday, go meet the caseworker, and I have an intake interview for Monday for one agency. I'm gonna go see the caseworker, probably do some chores to get money, and I'm supposed to hear back from the job too to see what position I'm gonna have and when I can start working on Monday. So I have a busy, busy day next week, but yeah. So yeah, again, all who have helped me and pushed me to help me understand that I am stronger than I think and I am worthy of being loved. Yeah, thanks. I needed to hear that. So yeah, I guess I don't know when I'm gonna do the next video. Guess when I have another update, when I get a job. How about that? Get a job, make a video, and just keep on going on from there. But I hope y'all have a happy, merry Christmas and a happy holiday. And yeah, I'll be talking to y'all soon.